ठंडा कुछ नहीं, सब गरम ही गरम है, अंगार है।
5 और 2 से 4 है। करो डिसाइफर भाई।
In the song Mera Gully Mein, we do kind of the stories that Kalki's character kind of brings in her friend who's a filmmaker, and they kind of make an indie music video. Beginning of the song, it is set up like these guys coming in and taking over, and we show that kind of an amateurish round dolly with one guy with a gimbal, which was technically just me. So while we were designing the music videos, that was our key thing to keep in mind, that it is a music video in the film produced by few characters that you technically don't see or you see. So that was our basic thought process behind it. And then again, what flew naturally, and Bosco is fantastic with what he does. So he kind of took over the whole Mera Gully Mein song with the choreography in those sets that were created by Suzanne. So I think he just took over the geography, and we kind of just took his lead and followed and captured in as raw as possible, with a lot of handheld shots mixed with Steadicam. And I think it came out really cool. It was fun shooting that song. Like it was really cool in that set. It was 2 or 3 or 4 days we shot that song. It was loud and fun, and it was really cool. Zoya is very particular about her designs, her palette, her frames. That's why if you see this film looks so seamless, because she gets into every minute detail. So in fact, those songs, every little song, every small poem in the film, the visuals have been spoken well in advance, designed and kind of planned. They're not happy accidents. They've been completely designed and planned by Zoya.
मेरे गली में तू चुना, तू क्या है? तू क्या औकात क्या तेरा?
कोई दूसरा मेरे को बताएगा मैं कौन है? ये देखो, ये देखो, मेरी कभी फालतू में गिनती नहीं करना। मैं कुछ है और मेरा औकात है। क्योंकि अपना टाइम आएगा, तू नंगा ही तो आया है, क्या घंटा लेकर जाएगा? अपना टाइम आएगा, अपना टाइम आएगा।
So when I saw that rehearsal on that, it was quite, there were 2 different sides. Murad had a voice. He always had a voice that was within, but now that he had recognized that he has a voice and he needs to share it out, because there are people who are listening to him, there are people who are like him, there are people who connect to him, and he felt the support, he felt the love, and finally that love that he had probably been missing in his life, that acceptance more than validation, that's what he kind of always seeked in his life, and that's what he got. So which kind of also gave him the confidence to take his voice out, and that's what the moment where he kind of finally turns up face to face, eye to his father, and said that, this is it, you always kind of put me on the back, you always never showed confidence, never gave me that love, but this is what reality is. I do have a talent. You might never help me realize it, but now there are people who realize it, there are people who respect me, and there are people I'm able to help people, which also in a way kind of gave him make him feel the power that he was able to help people, So there was that fire within him, which now he wanted to go and conquer. There was the way Varanveer was performing, the way the pitching was happening, the way his performance was actually like the way his behavior was overpowering his father and making him feel like, wow, there is an uprising happening there. It's amazing how there are these tiny houses, how they live in very small rooms, but how every nook and corner has its own identity, either with its own color of lighting or, so in one room also they have created 3 rooms with just the way either they light or the way they segregate and kind of put their house stuff. So that always kind of fascinated me, intrigued me, and in film like Gully Boy and all of that, me and Zoya have discussed that we want to keep as genuine as possible. It needs to feel real, be real, and also give you that experience of the viewers to be smack in that situation. So we wanted to keep it real. So recreating that scene was very difficult, but we had to still recreate, because finding locations and shooting live as much as we did in most of the locations, a certain location like Murad's house locality would have been difficult to shoot whatever 7 days of work we had there in a live locality. So that earlier, initially there were ideas being toyed of putting that set in Film City and having the surroundings with chroma, so then we can add the neighborhood expansion around. But Zoya was very clear to kind of try and avoid as much as VFX work. She wanted to kind of be in live location where she goes on a higher height and she can see the neighborhood and its expansion. So getting from the location, seeing the geography, taking inspiration from whatever I've seen in Gully Boy. So we shot in and around a lot of Dharavi and different neighborhoods. So yeah, that was just the inspiration. And again, in a way, kind of subtly putting on the basis of the blocking to see how we can kind of place the actors. If I'm not wrong, there's a window behind Vijay Raghavan, which had a little sign of warmness ready to kind of still justify that kahin hope hai. There's still some hope in that. The location gave us a lot, but behind Murad and this bouquet of lights, which kind of was naturally there thanks to the location, but it kind of added an extra layer if you had to break it down and of whatever metaphor you want to add, or maybe it's just pretty visual to add. But again, that was things that happened. But keeping an awareness of what your location gives you and how you can kind of put your little design elements that do not overpower the design element and take away from the story, but kind of pushes the story in a subtle manner is what I think our job is as professional filmmakers and cinematographers.
Yo, I got eyes and ears everywhere. I see as high as the sky is. See a tick on an eagle feather. I hear it with elephant ears. Hyena demeanor, sink my teeth deep and